Here we have a SAT math question. There is a figure given over here. The figure above shows the graph of the function f of x equals to x square into k. Points A and B lie on the graph of the function and the vertices of the rectangle ABCD. If AB equals to 6 and the area of the rectangle is ABCD is 20, what is the value of k? So here we have a quadratic function. So the graph of this quadratic function is given over here. Since it's a quadratic function, so we have to consider the graph over here as a parabola. And also the length of this AB is given, that is 6 units, and the 2 points A and B lie on the graph of the function and the rectangle ABCD as well. Okay, here clearly the vertex of the parabola is on the y-axis. Since the vertex of the parabola is on the y-axis, so the y-axis is the axis of symmetry of this parabola. So that means y-axis divides the parabola in two equal parts and the length of the rectangle AB as well. So already you know that the length of the line segment AB is 6, it's given over here. Since y-axis is the axis of symmetry, it divides the length AB of the rectangle. So the length of this part has to be 3 and the length of this part has to be 3. Okay, now to get the value of k, my aim is to get either point A on the parabola or point B on the parabola. So once I get a point on the parabola, I can plug in the point into the given function because the point is on the parabola. Since we have the point on the parabola, so we can plug in the point over here into the given function and we'll be able to solve for k. Okay, here since this length over here is 3 and this length also must be 3. So because in a rectangle opposite sides must be equal in length. Since this length of this line segment is 3, the value on the x-axis over here must be 3. So at the point B, the exponent has to be the value we have over here on the x-axis. Now I have to get the y-coordinate over here at the point B. So okay, now let's see how to get the y-coordinate. So for that, let me use the information that is the area of the rectangle ABCD is given, that is 20. So let me write the stuff over here. Area of rectangle ABCD is given, that is 20. We know the formula to find area of rectangle, that is length times width is equal to 20. So we know that the length of the rectangle is given by AB, that is 6. 6 times W equals to 20. Now to solve for W, I divide both sides by 6, then 6 will cancel out. And 2 goes into 20 10 times and 2 goes into 6 3 times. So I am getting the width of the rectangle is 10 over 3. So BC is the width of the rectangle. So its length is 10 over 3. Then the length of this line segment is also 10 over 3. Since the length of this line segment is 10 over 3, the value we have on the y-axis over here has to be 10 over 3. Okay, now to get the y-coordinate of the point B, we have to consider the value we have on the y-axis over here. So this is a y-coordinate. Okay, now I got the point B and the parabola, so which is the graph of the given function. Okay, now what we can do is let's consider the function over here, that is f of x equals to x squared negative k. So in mathematics, whenever we have f of x, instead of that we can consider y. Usually instead of y coordinate we write f of x. So we can replace this f of x by y, then we get y equals to x squared negative k. Since we have this point B on the graph of this function, so we can plug in this point over here into the function. So that is we have to plug in this 3 for exponent 3 for the x over here and the y coordinate 10 over 3 for y over here. Let me do it. So then I'm getting 10 over 3 equals to 3 square negative k. Then I'm getting 10 over 3 equals to 3 square is 9 negative k. Let me continue the stuff over here. 10 over 3 equals to 9 negative k. So according to the question, we have to find the value of k. So for that, we have to isolate k. So for that, let me get of this 9, positive 9. For that, I subtract 9 from both sides. Then positive 9, negative 9 will cancel. I'm getting 10 over 3 negative 9 equals to negative k. Okay, now we have to simplify the subtraction between the fraction and an integer. So whenever I do addition or subtraction between a fraction and an integer, the integer has to be multiplied by the denominator of the fraction. Once I'm done with this multiplication, I can take this 3 as a common denominator. So now I have to multiply this 9, integer 9 by this denominator 3. 9 times 3 is 27. Now we can take this 3 as a common denominator equals to negative k. So 10 negative 27 is negative 17 over 3 equals to negative k. Okay, now our aim is to get the value of k, but here we have negative k. So if I want to get this negative sign, I have to multiply both sides of the equation by negative 1. Let me multiply both sides of the equation by negative 1. So negative 1 times negative k. So negative times negative will become positive. 1 times 17 over 3 is just 17 over 3. And negative times negative is positive. 1 times k is k. I'm just getting k on the right side. I got the value of k. So the value of k is 17 over 3. We find 17 over 3 in option A. So the correct answer choice for this question is option A.